This is David Stevens, FinWealth Builders. Today is January 5th, 2022. It's hump day or Wednesday for those that are in the US. And this is a stock market update for a day of trading. And what a day it was. Wow. If you're short in this market, you love today. As soon as it dropped below all of our highs from yesterday and the lows of yesterday, it looked like it was setting up for a nice short day. So let's get into the charts, take a look at what's going on and what we could plan on for the rest of this week. Looking at the market, Dow Jones is down 392 point base or 1%. Nasdaq down 3.35%. S&P 500 down 1.94%. You can see from our heat map here, it is nice and red. So lots of our things were all down. Lots of sectors all down today. So definitely a nice pullback in the market. Very healthy pullback. As far as their scanner goes, didn't hit anything on the scanner. Nothing was over 100%. We did have some high volume, but not enough for me to trade. And I was focused really on the shorts today, based on kind of what the price action was showing today. You can see here, Dow Jones, we had nice, nice even keel flat day. And then the afternoon after the Feds came out and kind of announced that that definitely they were going to do some increases in interest rates and other things, that the market reacted very well to that and dropped way off. NASDAQ kind of more as a trickle down, but definitely accelerated in the day after the wonderful Fed announcement. So inflation definitely creeping in, definitely they're taking action and definitely going to affect the market. So, it'll be interesting to see how much downside we get. If we break our 50 moving averages, definitely have a long way down. So just be careful out there when you're trading. And let's look at these charts here to show kind of see what's going on. So AACG was a multi-day trade here, and you can see we had a pullback, from last night or yesterday down to 1.74, $1.74, and hit at 264. So almost $1, but on a, basically a little bit over a penny stock, a couple dollar stock. It doesn't take a whole lot, a 0.5%, even if you got half this move up to this high today, or even took the dip and took the next high leg, you did pretty well today. So just on that one stock, it just great move, great momentum here. And it was really one of the few that were moving positive in the afternoon. So it did drop off back down here. This could be the last of it. We've had two pops here. Sometimes you get, just one off of these small caps, but we got 2 days off of it. So, but it is a lower high. So definitely could go to flat to nothing here going forward. So just be careful if you are still trading that one. BABA gave us a nice run right off of our trend line. You see here we had support here, had support down here as well. And boy, it just took off this morning. Just gave you a nice ride up to the top of our trend line. So 126.60, so hit right on the top. It's what we'd love to see. Nice pattern trading, makes it easy to trade. Hit the resistance here, obviously at the top of our line, and dropped all the way back down here, retracing over 50% of the move down to the 100 moving average. So we'll see if we get any more out of BABA, but nice move today. So anybody who caught that, and this is where charting helps, because you can see here, nice patterns to follow. When you have nice patterns to follow, it just makes trading a lot easier. You can also see here that we have this a sitting wedge. And so, does BABA sit here and go back and forth through here as it tightens up here? Very likely. And if it does, where support and resistance are. As you can see here, we found resistance here, found support down here, found resistance up here. Now we're pulling back down. So nice, just a little bit of training, a little discussion around, what trending how trending and charting can help you in your trading. Looking at BABA here from a long-term perspective, you can see we've been downtrending this, and we kind of flattened out here. So even though we flattened out here, it still gives you opportunities to trade within even the intraday. So if you're looking at this chart, you might say, hey, there wasn't a trade on here, but looking at this chart, clearly there was. So just giving you a couple of different perspectives and a little bit of trading along the way. Definitely have to be careful here. We definitely want to see a breakout here. But we got to get above this 20. You see it broke above the 20, it failed and came back. And if you're just trading this chart, it might be difficult. That's why different time frames. This is a daily chart, just so you know. This is what we use for intraday. This is a 15-minute chart, and you see the difference in the views that it gives you and the opportunities, just depending on what time frame. So it's good to use more than one time frame on your charts when you're trading. JP Morgan, it gave us a little bit of a run today. Had a nice 2-day run. This is a 3rd-day run. Hit 168.31, backed off. It's below the 50. So this might have been it. So this might be what you may call the double top here, even though it's not the same. But it could pull back here, and that could be it. Could find support down here somewhere and pop again. But it gave us a couple-day run. That's great. AVGO, boy, this one really took a hit today. It consolidated here. Thought we were going to possibly break out. Nice bull flag here. We just broke the bull flag. It's broken, and it's down here supporting on the 20. So as long as you don't break the 20, if we break the 20, I'm looking to short this thing all the way down to 50. But we do have a trend line, upper trend line here. It could bounce off here. So it's got to get break through this trend line here. But definitely seen weakness here today in AVGO. First time for a while, and it's a lot larger candle than our prior candles. So just be careful if you've been holding on to this one to make sure you're taking at least some profits off. Apple, another pullback day. Hit a double top here, pulled back to the 20. We can bounce off here. We can continue to try to climb up. If we break the 20, we'll come down, possibly down to the 50. So look at the 168, 166 level, possibly for tomorrow if we have another down day. So looking for a break of the 20 to go lower. Disney struggling here, just consolidating here, struggling so we can break above that 50 and get moving to the upside. Neo, nice old pullbacks. We had a really good run, broke out of our channel and yesterday, and did not recover, and just continued to go lower today. So we're actually downtrending now. So just be careful with Neo. It's below all the moving averages, getting very bullish. So just be real careful with Neo. Tesla, pull back here, filled our gap. So we talked about this the other day that, it found resistance here for 2 days. Is it going to come down and fill the gap? And it did. And it came down and filled the gap, which was great. And great that it stopped there. I didn't know if it was going to come right down to the 20 or not. It didn't. Does it do it tomorrow? Possibly. I mean, it's very normal for this to come down and touch the 20, periodically. So it's a possibility. So just something to keep an eye on that. So I'm looking for a possible, small shortage tomorrow as well. So if the market's pulling down pre-market or in the market open, probably going to try to capture this 20 here, and then hopefully we can start to ride it back up. But definitely going to watch price action and make sure that 20 holds. Netflix, we talked about this doing a double bottom, and it hit the double bottom. The negativity on the market definitely drove it down today beyond that. So we broke the 200 moving average. Very bearish on action on Netflix. So do we continue down here? It's possible. We could find a bounce off of this lower trend line, but we've been in downwards trending. So you can see here, obviously for several days we've been trending down. So that continuation it may keep going. But boy, what a pullback! From these 700 levels down to mid 500s now on Netflix. Same with Shopify. Shopify, big pull down here. I mean, we're at 1762. And you see we just continue to go down. So 1190. So huge pullbacks on these tech stocks after a huge run this last year. So just something to be aware of and be careful about. And I thought we'd have support here when it came down and hit these numbers, hit our resistance here, or our support level here. It's broken through all those. So, where is it going? It's a good question. Something to, be aware of. Just stopping here on Shopify. The next support line I have down here is 1025. Do we get clear down there? Hard to say, but, we did break all my support lines so far. So very, very bullish on, bearish on Shopify. So just be real careful on Shopify. Hopefully you took profits at the top there. Nvidia, Talked about this possibly becoming a double bottom, and that's exactly what it's doing. Talked about, that we had this pullback, off the 50, but we may see larger solid candles going down. Exactly what happened. Now I'm suspecting it's going to possibly hit 271.45 and find support, and hopefully we can bounce off of here. So lots of double bottoms going in. So, that's a pullback opportunity, so maybe it's a buy the dip, but I wouldn't buy it yet, especially with inflation numbers coming out, negativity. We could see, possibly a, 5 to 10% pullback in the market first. So just be careful out there. A line came down here. You had a bottom here, another bottom here. So this is a triple bottom. Usually when you see triple bottom, you're going to see some type of fall through on this. And so, just be careful. This 578.84 has got to hold tomorrow. If it doesn't hold, we could have some additional downside on a line. So just keep an eye on that. Facebook. So Facebook, you can see here, it broke down through the 200 here before, found in almost the same exact area. So let me put this line in here for you so you can see this. So you can see here, came down, hit a low here, came back down, we hit the low again, and now we're broken through the 200 again. And so we very well could see that come back down here to this this line again, and we could have a triple bottom here as well. So Facebook, definitely very bearish. Roku, it's been trading down as well from this 490 down to 190. At a bottom here, put a second one in, triple. So lots of triple bottoms going in. That's very weak. So just be careful out there. We could see some downside. Everything I'm seeing is very consistent. So just be careful. If we do get a bounce, these could be a lot of great opportunities. A lot of these stocks should be at a bargain level off of their highs. So just something to be aware of. NVAX, we talked about this as well. That it, probably is going to break lower because this last candle here broke just below this last bottom. So it's trending down lower. So where it goes next, well, here's our lower trend line here down to 112 area. So, could it come down there and bounce off? It's possible, but we do have a lower trend line here, support line here. So we'll see if it bounces for us, but definitely very weak on NVAX as well. Moderna, we're in this channel back and forth. We talked about this as well in our videos, and just close right below this. So that's very weak. It could break even further, and that's exactly what it did today. So just be careful with that. We'll see how far this comes down. This could come down to 180 level possibly before bouncing up. So let's just watch the price action on this one and be careful. BMTX, same thing. We're in this downward triangle wedge here, and it broke through and broke down. So this could possibly be coming down to that 180 level. So just be aware of the market and the weakness that we saw in the last few days. And this comes down to it's the bonds. Look at the bonds. I told you as soon as it hit this 170, which is the high over here, that I was nervous about, a pullback in the marketplace, and it will continue to. I mean, look at this. It's flat up here. So as long as it's up here in this range, I'm curious if we're going to continue seeing a pullback. This has got a pullback down here, and this is a double top here right now, almost a triple top. So if this breaks up here, I think we're going to start seeing the 5 to 10% pullback. So let's just my observations, my thoughts around this. U.S. oil hovering right here above resistance here. So very bullish still, but if we can break this resistance, the next level is $84. U.S. dollar still flat in this channel. VIX, here's a spike. Here's the spike we have, and it closed right at the 200, and so that's not good because it's great that it's just stayed right there, but if it does break the 200 in the morning, which is the $20 range, look for more downside. We may be starting another downside trend here, so and another spike. So just watch that. Right now we have lower highs, which is good, and lower lows. But we could change that real quick here. So just keep an eye on that VIX in the morning, pre-market, to give you an idea of what's going on. SPY, you see the SPY, nice breakdown candle, huge breakdown candle. below the 20 now. So we're head possibly down to this 50 before we find support. That's 464. So just be aware of that. Triple Qs weak as well. Maybe come down this 100 around 381 before we get a bounce. Semiconductors coming down to this 50 around 298. Dow Jones pulling down. The 20s clear down here at 360. So it's a possibility we could close that out. We did close this gap, by the way, so I'll delete that off. So we did close the gap at least, but yeah, definitely pull back here. You can see that we had a lot of support back in the day here, right here. So, can it find support and bounce off this? We'll see. IWM, big pull down candle. Look at that breakdown candle below the 200. It showed you that the bears are still playing in IWM. So definitely be careful there. We could become right down to the bottom of our support line here. So that would be around 212, 213. Financials, after this nice run up here and trying to spike the new highs, they pull right back down here. So we're almost at the bottom of this breakup candle. We have 2 gaps down here to fill. Does it fill the gaps? It's possible, but it didn't reach those gaps yet. So we'll see what the price action tomorrow brings. Bitcoin, talked about this descending wedge here that we have, and it broke the lower trend line as well. So very bearish right now. And I told you if it broke this line, 42,000 is the next on the docket, and we almost hit it. So not looking good for Bitcoin right now. YFI, see it's affecting everything. Bitcoin pulling down. YFI is now down to the 50 moving average here. So a big pull down after making brand new highs. ICP, break it down, just almost tagged the 200, but stopped on close to the 50. So if we can break up, we can possibly go back up towards those new highs it just made. But we got to keep that support above the 200. Near came up, had a new highlight yesterday, and then pulled back here, tagged almost to 20, and pulled back up here above the 10. So hopefully we can find support here and work towards new highs. But definitely Bitcoin's definitely having an effect across the board. FTM, nice spike up here towards the new highs, and then pull back here, and now it's just flat again. So this is the 3rd day of resistance in a row. So looking to see if we can hold this or if we're going to end up starting to break down again. One up here, tag new high towards these newer lower highs here, and then pull back a lot. It tagged all the way basically from this 33 clear down to 25, and then back up here to 27. So definitely a shock across the board. So just be careful if you have these. Definitely lock in some profits and let possibly your profits right if you really want to see if this is going to go up to the new highs here. So definitely seeing weakness across the board. Today was kind of a down day. If you're shorting it, you're loving it. If you weren't, try not to look too much at your portfolios if they're long-term portfolios. Otherwise, consider where you got to take profits out or lock in cash, because who knows where this market's going to go. It could pull back a little bit here for a while. So that's our update for the day. I actually have one more, RVN. So this one, we hit new highs up here, and then we've had a huge pullback here, big breakdown candle. So it pulled back up here a little bit. Retracement was a little bit over, still 50%. See if we can get back above our trend line here, our support line here, and above 12. And if so, then maybe we can break back up towards new highs again. So that's our stocks. Be careful trading out there. Look for price action. Look at the VIX in the morning. Make sure it's not over 20. If it is, then we might have another down day, and that means look for shorting opportunities, not going long. And we'll see what the market brings. Stay safe out there. We'll touch base tomorrow night and see how our trades of the day went.